Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Let's get back to Iraq. There's a couple things I need to bring to your attention that is interesting, to say the least. So before we get started, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button because it helps us get past the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate that. A quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, an accountant, nor an attorney. The advice that I give is freely and of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right, gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. So head on over there now. You can actually own physical gold and silver. Go to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. And don't forget to use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y. If you spend more than $100, you will get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know I have an alternative website where I post original content as well as other content that is banned from YouTube. It's $3 a month. All proceeds go to Finding Life's Purpose Foundation, and you have unlimited access. Be very careful of people out there trying to impersonate me. They're asking people to send them money. Don't fall for it. I will not ask you to go to WhatsApp, nor will I ask you to go to Telegram. And here's how you know if I'm the one responding to any of your comments. A person makes a comment. If I respond, you'll see a dark circle around my name. See that? From time to time, I will use material that is copywritten. Just so you know, I am exercising my fair use rights. So here we are back in Iraq. What is the first article about? Well, there's a few articles on the election. So there has been several complaints that were filed, a lot of appeals. Most of them have been rejected. But there are a handful of them that are being looked into, including this particular one right here is kind of on a serious side. Not only did this person file a complaint, but gave evidence of voting fraud. That's not good. So a recount is going to happen, and how they do their recounts is interesting. So you can see right here, it says the council also decided to approve manual counting of some contested electoral stations based on the appeal of one of the candidates in Kirkuk Governorate, as it was supported by evidence. And the council will present the appropriate recommendation in this regard after completing the procedures for manual counting and sorting. The counting of the votes manually takes place in the presence of representatives of the competing candidate at these stations according to the dates, procedures, and mechanisms to be determined later and notified before the appropriate period. That's kind of awesome because they have to stand there and you can see. So this way nobody's complaining, nobody's pointing fingers. You can actually see it take place. It says the rest of the appeals will be considered successfully provided that the commission states the daily position of appeals and continuous statements in the light of what is being considered daily until they are all completed. This article is about the Security Council congratulates Iraq on the election. We look forward to the peaceful formation of an inclusive government. It's not just them congratulating Iraq. It's them standing in a circle jerk congratulating each other on how great they've done of a job. I'm not even kidding. You should see all the different organizations listed in here, patting each other on the back, talking about, well, you did a great job. Well, you did a great job. So there's nothing really in here other than the fact that they're all patting each other on the back, talking about what a great job they've done. Get down to this one here. It says they also reiterate their support for the efforts of the government of Iraq to achieve serious reforms and encourage inclusive political dialogue aimed at meeting the legitimate demands of the Iraqi people to address corruption, provide basic and necessary services, diversify the economy, provide job opportunities, improve governance, and strengthen state institutions to enjoy vitality and responsiveness, according to the statement. The Commission reveals the date for the completion of the electoral appeals audit, which is just the end of next week. So this is still going on. They're going through all of the complaints and making sure they're legitimate. And if they are, they will address it. If not, they toss them to the side. The governor of the central bank meets with the head of the Arab Gulf Programs for Development. This is what happened between them. It says right here in the statement, the two parties discussed the importance of a joint cooperation and the exchange of experiences between Iraq and Saudi Arabia. It is worth mentioning that the Arab Gulf Programs for Development works on the Regional Development Donors Organization that supports the encouragement, innovation in the field of human development. So a preacher man from a mosque comes out and says that the Sadrists are close to forming a national government. See, the preacher of a mosque announced on Friday that the Sadrists are close to forming a national government in Iraq. So on Friday, prayer ceremony in a mosque, the Sadrists are around the corner from forming a national government that has no importance other than saving Iraq from the clutches of ruin and corruption, and many of them know that. Change for the better is possible if the Sadrist bloc forms the next government, because positive change is impossible with others, and a ruling experience that spans 18 years attests to that, which is the truth. From 2002 up to now, nothing but corruption has ruled Iraq. Here's the important part, and it's worth mentioning. It says, but unfortunately, they still prefer silence, and that many of them are deceived by the media's extensive propaganda and falsified lies. So you see, the media is not just full of crap here in the United States. It's like that around the world. Something needs to be done about the media. The same companies that own our media control their media as well. They need to be broken up. So our Financial Times is saying that Al-Kazemi is the closest option to the Sadrist movement, and election alone do not make a democracy. So we know this. We know that Al-Kazemi went around to all the different groups, all the different factions out there, and met with the leaders of all of them, and he got their blessing from all of them to be the leader again. Is he a shoo-in? No, there's no guarantee of that, but it does look like he is the front runner to be the prime minister again, which is what we want. In his short period of time in office, he has made huge strides and improves a lot of what's going on in Iraq. Is moving them in a great direction, in my opinion. So anyways, the American Financial Times stated the reports followed the media in Iraq that said this: with the strong Sadrist formation, it might help counter the influence of other competing groups. He's talking about Al-Kazemi with the Sadrist groups. It goes on to say that al-Sadr's victory may enhance the chances of Al-Kazemi as prime minister for a second government term, and that Al-Kazemi won the approval of the countries. She explained that the nature of the divided political system and based on ethnic and sectarian quotas means that the Sadrists will be forced to bargain with competitors to form a coalition. On further down, it says, in the successive elections in Iraq, the Financial Times indicated that the tone that was common amongst Iraqis was the same old parties were competing in a system infected with corruption and nepotism, a system that wasted the wealth of the oil-rich state and failed to provide job opportunities and basic services. And you thought that only happened here in the United States. Yes, a 9th grader did a school project in which he found out that most all the presidents, with one exception, are all related to one another. And the same could be said about the Senate and the House. Most of these people are all related to each other, and it's very seldom does an outsider get in. That needs to stop. So Kuwait is amongst a list of countries that are contributing to the Iraqi Reconstruction Fund. The details of the grant are being provided. So you can see here Kuwait, Germany, and China. Of course, you know China is involved. While stressing the donor countries are committed to granting funds to projects. Well, we know why China wants to contribute to the reconstruction of Iraq, because Iraq plays a huge part of this Silk Road initiative. That's why. So these are the grants for people to do different projects in Iraq. What I like about this is reconstruction started, but it's not moving nearly as quickly as it should. But Al-Kazemi has gotten the country going in the right direction. Hopefully gets back in there. We need to see reconstruction happen at a much faster pace. And it's very possible that's going to happen. And you know the story behind this. What does reconstruction do? Offers jobs to the Iraqi people. Less of them are in government aid. They're paying taxes. This attributes to a stronger economy, and a stronger economy leads to a stronger Iraqi dinar. The good thing is that Iraq is amongst the list of the most powerful armies that have early warning planes. This is good, but let's just hope that once we're out of there, we don't see Iraq fold like what happened in Afghanistan. To be quite honest, I don't think that's going to happen. They're not going to fold like what happened in Afghanistan. Al-Kazemi meets with the military and security leaders and issues 12 directives. Basically, what it is they want to make sure that the military is armed, trained, funded, fed, that they have housing, they have barracks, they have everything necessary to be successful. The other issue is they want to make sure that they are unified, because there is a mixture of people in the army. There are different types of sectors. There are different types of factions. And Al-Kazemi wants to make sure that they are inclusive of one another and that they all unify, and that their only affiliation is to Iraq and Iraq only. It also says that demonstration is the right guaranteed by the Constitution, and the security forces must provide protection and prevent intruders. Over here it says we must focus on the spirit of solidarity and integration amongst the officers, and I ask for proposals to restore cohesion between the security forces, and we are ready to support them. That is awesome. Also, it says redirect the speedy restoration of all infrastructure of our military, including barracks and housing for officers. This article right here is just a continuation of the one that said that there's going to be 96 new oil wells drilled in the west area of Iraq. This is going to increase oil production by 800,000 barrels. This is awesome because this just brings more money into Iraq. For a second day, the dollar exchange rate fell. That's right. The dollar is losing ground on the Iraqi dinar, but it's not like it's huge leaps and bounds. They're very small, but the dollar is becoming weaker and Iraqi dinar will become stronger. So that's what we got going on over there. The appeals for the election are all being sorted out. Most of them rejected, but there is a serious one. If this person provided evidence, if they can recount and find out that that's true, I'm wondering what kind of Pandora's box that opens. We'll soon find out. We're praying that Al-Kazemi gets in there for another term and he continues to move in the right direction as far as the direction the country was going in when he was in charge. So far, so good. All right, that's it for now. You guys hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.